We go. Okay. All right, guys, we are super excited today. Ellen Ford, one of our friends and Diamond ambassadors with us, is here today, and we are so excited to hear from her and to learn from her. She's going to tell us her story and give us some tips. She is an amazing ambassador, and I've been so excited to listen in on this one. So thank you so much, Ellen, for being with us.
Well, you're welcome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I get really excited when I get to share with teams that, I don't know a lot of people, because I learn from, I feel like I can learn from anybody, no matter what rank they are and whose team they're on. So I really appreciate the time and the opportunity to speak with y'all. But I'll tell you a little bit about me. My name is Ellen Ford, and I'm a Diamond Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus. I am a mom to 10-year-old twins, Jake and Emma, and my husband is in full-time ministry at our church. He is over all the young marrieds. So you can imagine, if you know anything about ministry, it is not a 9-to-5 job. So he works a lot of hours. And before Plexus, I was a paralegal for 17 years, working in both law firms and the corporate environment. And obviously were and are still in a bazillion activities, from church activities, football, cheer, lacrosse. I mean, if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. But I think like starting at 6 all the way through when they go to college, they're going to be involved in everything. So I was always trying to balance being a great wife, a great mom, a great employee, and trying to balance the home. So, I had my job. At the time, I had probably the best job I've ever had. It's the job that we always, when you go to college, you're like, I want to work in the big building with the big job. I had that job. And I thought that's what I always wanted. But, when you don't have children, and then you kind of are a little bit more, or for me, I was a little bit more career driven. And when I had the babies, all I wanted to do from day one was stay home with them. But financially, that wasn't something that we could do. So I had a job. And it was always an inner struggle for me, because I just desired that more than anything, to stay home. But my husband, I don't know if y'all know anything about Dave Ramsey. I think he might be kin to Dave Ramsey. So annoying with the budget. And I'm a free spirit, so I am just like, I don't care what the numbers say. I just want to have fun. And I kind of would hint around it, like, man, I wish I could do something different or stay home. And he's like, that's not in the cards. The numbers don't crunch. So I remember one day I was sitting in my cube at work. Shout out to all the people working in a cube. I looked out the window and I thought, God, is this all that you have for me? Is this all I'm supposed to be doing? Because I am not fulfilled here. I don't feel like I'm being used for what I really can do, and I really want to be at home. And I had that thought, and it was probably the summer of 2013. And so fast forward to around New Year's, December 2013, out of the blue, my friend and now upline sponsor, Andrea Mitchell, started blowing up Facebook about this nutty, crazy pink drink Plexus stuff. And y'all, I thought she was hacked. I thought, she's off her rocker. Somebody's gotten into her account, posted on this crazy diet stuff. So the whole scenario, I made fun of her. I was like, what is she doing? And then she kept doing it. I'm thinking, if someone's hacked, you expect they're going to come back to me and go, oh, I'm so sorry, Facebook, someone's hacked my account and sent all these things, messages out. But I never got that. And she kept posting. And then as the new year approaches, everybody talks about the same 2 topics. This is the year. Next year, we're going to get back on track with our diet. We're going to start eating right, working out, and we're going to get our finances back on track. I think we had that conversation. We've been married almost 16 years, every single year of our marriage, to Plexus, I guess. But that's just something that everybody's like wants to make a fresh start. And so I remember New Year's Eve of 2013, I was sitting on Facebook, and here goes Andrea posting about that Plexus stuff. And it was in my head already that we wanted to start getting healthy. My husband wanted to lose some weight. So I just reached out to her and I said, what are you selling? What is this stuff? And she told me, and y'all, I have to tell you, I didn't even really pay attention because she's my friend and I trusted her. So if she was doing it, I thought, well, it's fine. They go to her church. Her husband's a deacon. I'm like, what can be wrong with that? So I said, well, I want to give me some of that pink stuff, I need it cheap. I do not want to sell it. I said, girl, I will never sell this stuff. I have a full-time job. This whole thing we say, full-time job. I have twins. She knew my husband is her pastor. So I was like, how busy we are. There's no way I'll ever tell anybody about this. So I just want cheap. And she told me at the time when she presented that Plexus opportunity to me, she said, the cheapest way you can do this is to join. You don't have to sell anything, but it gives you the option too. So if you're interested in that or you want to cover the cost, that is an option for you. And I was like, I'm not doing that, but I'll go ahead and join to get the stuff cheaper. And guys, she gave me the glimmer of hope when we had that first conversation. If she could have said, girl, it's great products, get it, you can get it cheap, here it is. And then stop there and not tell me or open a door or kind of plant a seed for that business. So we basically got our products in, we started taking them, and within 3 days, we felt amazing. We weren't craving the sugar. We were craving, all I was drinking Dr. Pepper's like crazy, and I did not drink any, and I'm like, why am I not wanting my stuff? And so my husband said, why don't you post something about this on Facebook? I'm like, oh, no. I'm not going to be one of those crazy, nutty. No, that's not me. And he's like, just do it to be funny. I'm your guinea pig. You're trying this Plexus stuff out on me. And I said, oh, well, I'll do that. That's funny and cute. So one morning before work, I posted the guinea pig, a little picture. Y'all probably seen it around holding up a barbell, and just said, there's my Plexus guinea pig. He's already lost some weight, and went to work, not thinking anything, had no expectations. And then I checked my phone when I got to work, and my inbox was flooded with all these people wanting to know what we were doing. And I was so shocked because I'm like, they want to order. And then they're like, what do I order? What did you order? What's your website? What's in this stuff? What does it do? And I was like, I don't even know if you should be doing this because I have no idea what we're doing. But you know what? If somebody wanted to order from me, I'm going to find out real quick what my website is so they can order. And that's really how I got started. And had no clue what I was doing. I just loved how I felt. And we were sleeping. When you have energy and you're sleeping and you're craving less sugar, you're going to be a pretty happy person. So the very first month with Plexus, I went silver and I ended up making $600. I don't know if that's compliant, but anyway, I'm telling y'all. I'll just put that little asterisk, not compliant. And that was like a window. That was like God going, girl, I got something else out for you. I got something. This is your something else that you've been wanting. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I made that. And I don't even think I really onions. My real why was I want to stay home with my kids. And this was the way that God brought to me to do that. So I just kept doing what I was doing. I just did whatever Andrea told me to do. I reached out to people. I would just say, come do this with me. Come try the products with me. Come try the business with me. And I ended up going Emerald in 11 months while working full time. Earning the Lexus and the trip to Hawaii. And then a couple months later, I think it was 4 months later, I went Sapphire in March of 2015. And I officially resigned and retired from my job on May 29th of 2015. And when my kids got out for summer in 2015, I was there to be their stay-at-home full-time mom. And that was probably like if you talk about the biggest accomplishments in your life, that has got to be one of my very top accomplishments, is being able to walk out of a job that was the pinnacle of my career. I made the very most money at that job than any other. It was a prestigious job, but my heart wasn't in it, y'all. My heart was at home. And after I got out for a summer with my kids, I ended up going diamond in July of 2015. And, the crazy thing about Plexus is the company lets you re-enter under yourself. So I got to sign myself up as my own ambassador. So I'm working on that next position as well. But all that to say is I learned how to present Plexus with confidence. And that's what I want to talk a little bit about this morning. I've always been the type of person that, if someone is like, girl, we're going to go jump off this cliff in this ocean, I'm like, let's go, let's do it. And I might be scared to death, but all my friends are going and it looks like they're having fun. So I'm going to go where the fun is. That's my personality. And then when we get there and it looks scary, I'm probably going to go ahead and do it, because I feel like I'm going to miss out if I don't do it. I know I'll miss out if I don't do it. If I do it, who knows what could happen? So that's the kind of my personality. So when I first started sharing Plexus, I had all the same thoughts a lot of people do. I was nervous to reach out. I was nervous to post on Facebook. I didn't want to be salesy and pushy. Didn't want to be that person. But then I figured out real quick, it's so much safer to not present the business. It's comfortable to just post. It's comfortable to share the products. It's just really safe. I think of our comfort zone as laying on your couch under a nice warm blanket with a cup of coffee, watching a movie, when it's cold outside. And when you're all comfortable under your blanket, the last thing you want to do is like, oh, I forgot my phone. I got to get up out of my blanket, I put my coffee down, get on the cold floor, walk over and get my phone. We do not want to get out of our comfort zone. But I figured out real quick, I'm not going anywhere if I don't get off my couch. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay at this job till I'm how many ever years old, and I'm going to miss out on my kids' stuff. So I decided I'm getting off the couch. I'm just going to go for it. So I figured out, you know what, when I don't share the opportunity, when I don't share with confidence, it's really selfish, because I'm making the choice for that person. Andrea could have done that to me. She could have said, girl, I'm not doing the business. You can just get the products. Don't worry about the business side. I don't know anything about it anyway. Just get your products, see if you like it. She could have said that. That just her saying that could have changed the outlook of my future if she didn't show me that there is a business side to Plexus. So I want you guys to think about this. Look at your current team. Do you have mostly wholesale customers, wholesale buyers, or do you have mostly runners? If everybody wants mostly runners, those who run at your pace, those who are actively adding, those who have high PV, those are runners. And, you might ask yourself, why is that? Why do I have mostly wholesale buyers on my team? A wholesale buyer is really the equivalent sometimes to a retail customer, because they're not committed a lot of times. If they don't have a backup order on, convenience order, they're really just ordering at their pace when they need it. They're not kind of bought in. So look at your teams and see, do I have mostly wholesale customers or do I have runners? And if you have mostly wholesale customers, it probably stems back to the way you presented Plexus to them when they started. Because I've done it all the different ways, because I didn't know what I was doing, like I told you. So in the very beginning, I would tell people, girl, come get your products cheap. You don't have to do anything. I said that a bazillion times. And you know what? I got a ton of wholesale customers. I didn't show them that there was a business side because I didn't really know anything about how to do that. But then I figured out, if I tell people there's a business side, I'm giving them a glimmer of hope. I'm showing them we have excellent products. that is an understood thing. I can talk about getting someone to try these products easy. It's that kind of business side that we feel so nervous about talking about, but it's kind of like being a Christian. You don't have to close a deal and get someone to accept Jesus while you have a conversation with someone that's not a believer. God just asks us to plant a seed. And I think the same is true in Plexus. We just need to plant that seed to get the wheels turning, that this is a possibility. Because a lot of times when, maybe you have someone that's very interested in Plexus and the business, and you talk and there's a lot of back and forth, and then, they jump off, go to the Bermuda Triangle, and you don't hear from them again. How many of us have had someone like that you're in active conversations with, and then all of a sudden you're like, where'd this fool go? And then 3-4 months down the road, you see they have posted they've joined a makeup company, or now they're selling lipstick or whatever it is. And you're like, what happened? They were interested in joining, but the whole disconnect is when you were having that conversation, and I'm not talking at you, I'm talking because I've done it. We didn't show them that there was a true opportunity with Plexus. We just told them what someone else told us to do. There was probably not passion behind our words on what the true possibilities are with Plexus, and they didn't see it. So they went over here and someone else showed them there was potential, there was opportunity. So they joined someone else. That's happened to me. So it's so important for us to present Plexus with confidence. And so I want to give you my 3 tips on how to do that. We've talked a lot of kind of theory and what should happen and all that, but I want to give you some 3 solid tips to presenting Plexus with confidence. And, we go back, and I'm sure, my team is like, please stop telling me the same thing over and over. But y'all, the same thing over and over works. That's why we talk about it. So the first thing is rethink and revamp your why. That's kind of the first thing, like, what is your why? Why are you doing Plexus? What would it mean for your family if Plexus worked for you? What does that look like? And I tell my team, your why needs to make you cry. And I'm not a big crier or an emotional person, but when I think about my kids and the parties that I missed because I had to work, and just the things that they would say to me about, Mommy, why can't you pick us up with all the other kids? Why do we have to stay in after school care with these kids that are just not kids I wanted them to be around? And, when you hear your kids kind of crying out for you to be there for them, that just struck a chord in my heart. And so my why was, my kids deserve for their mom to be home. They deserve for their mom to be present and actively involved in their raising. So rethink your why and dig deep. If it's whatever it is, and sometimes we are very reluctant to share our why because it's personal, it's private. And for me, for a long time, I didn't tell my husband I wanted to quit and stay home because I was scared. I was scared he would say no because he was looking at the numbers. But what is that deep down inside that you really, really want? And there needs to be emotion behind it. Just saying, I want to quit my job, or I want to pay off our debt, or I want to be able to provide this for my family. That's not enough. There has to be, change that over to, my family deserves to be in a better financial situation. My kids deserve to have their mom present. Put those emotions behind your why, because if you have a solid why that makes you cry, that is going to make you confident about presenting anything regarding Plexus. Because for me, it didn't matter who slammed the door in my face. It didn't matter what nasty comments someone made to me. It didn't matter if someone ignored me or I've been poked fun of in public about being the crazy Plexus lady. I mean, I've heard some people that I never thought would say things the way they said it to me on Facebook. But it did not faze me because I was so driven. My kids were way more important than anyone's opinion of me. I put them first before some girl that wasn't even my friend and what she thinks. So rethink your why. Number 2, seems like so simple, but you have to do it. Reach out to new people daily. Action and consistency will build your confidence. I tell my team, okay, we're in this big season of working these daily plans where we're going to reach out to 5 brand new people every day. And if you're reaching out, and I'm not talking about reaching out and going, hey girl, how are you? I'm talking about reaching out, girl, you've been on my mind. I want to talk to you about Plexus. I think you would really be good for this business for the following reasons or whatever. When we reach out regularly, our confidence builds because we're used to doing it. Same thing when you go to the gym. If you're going to the gym regularly or you're walking regularly, it's kind of gets to be a no-brainer about getting up and going because you're in a habit of doing it. But let's say, we're going on spring break. We don't work out the whole week. Then we come back that first Monday morning, crack of dawn, we're off our schedule. We're like, oh gosh, no, the alarm went off. It's really hard. And then you're like, well, I'm just going to, you know what? Today's Monday after holiday. I'm going to give myself today. I'm going to give myself today because I deserve it. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to start. Then tomorrow comes and maybe it's rainy and cold. You know what? All right, Wednesday, for real. This is it. Going for it. And then Wednesday rolls around and something happens. Maybe you have an early morning meeting. And then all of a sudden you're out of the habit and you're not going. And then you look at your waistline and the scale and you're like, oh, man, I'm out of how well. And then you kind of almost go to the other spectrum because now if you're so out of practice, you kind of shut down and you don't want to do it. Same thing is true with Plexus. When you're reaching out constantly to people, daily, your confidence is pretty solid because you're in the habit. Like, okay, even if you just look at it like I'm checking this off a list, I've reached out to my 5. Your confidence will build because you're in the habit of it. But when you stop, maybe you reach out a ton this week and then next week you reach out to no one. Then when you come back to it, here we go with I'm nervous. I'm doubting myself again. My palms are sweaty. I don't want to reach out. I'm not in the mood to be rejected. All those things come back, and that is Satan going, you can't do this. I don't know why you keep trying. You can't do it. Because we're out of practice. But if you do it consistently, and I'm not saying reach out to 100 people today, because some people go, why reach out to 100 people today? And then for the next 3 months, they don't do anything. A little bit every day keeps you as a well-oiled machine because you're continuing to move forward. So reaching out daily will build your confidence to where you can present Plexus. And number 3, when you talk about the opportunity, and if you have someone actively talking to you and they're like, okay, girl, I want to order this triplex. When someone tells me, okay, girl, I want to order the triplex. What do I need to, how do I order? I can go one of 2 ways with that. I can let it go, let them easily stay on my couch, be comfortable. Here's my link, press on, do you retail or preferred? And just totally shut out that opportunity. Or I can go, okay, girl, triplex is the bomb. We have clinical studies done on it. I was like, what are you interested in? I like to ask questions. What are you interested in? Are you interested in getting it the very cheapest that you can get with the potential if you think you might tell someone, or are you definitely not interested in the business side? I want to find out what they're interested in. Most people, the safe answer is, I want to see how I like it first. And then if I like it, I might join. Okay. We get that all the time. But that's when I'm going to go, girl, you seriously need to think about the opportunity side of this. Number 1, you're going to get your products cheaper. Number 2, if you think you might tell someone, or you think you may have a friend that might want to try the products with you, they can just order from you if you sign up as an ambassador. You're going to, we know all the things. You're going to get it cheaper. You're going to get your welcome kit cheaper than you would ambassador rate. And it's very, very flexible. And then I'm going to say, I joined strictly for the cheap discount. That's why I joined. I swore I would never do anything, but honestly, girl, I loved it so much. I told my friends about it. And I've been blessed in the following ways. I have been blessed. I can, let people know how Plexus has blessed you. You don't have to give like, I make this much a month, but tell them what you're able to do with your monthly income. If, people go, well, I'm only making $500 a month. Really? Because you weren't making $500 a month before Plexus. $500 a month pays car payments. It pays groceries. It pays utilities. $1,000 a month pays mortgage, pays for your kids' extras. Guys, tell people how you've been blessed, because they will not see the opportunity. Because if everybody's blowing up Facebook with all their network marketing stuff, their candles, their lipstick, their skincare, to the skeptic, to the person that's not on board with that, they see none of these people are making any money. Nobody's making any money. They act like they are. But if you straight up tell people in a private message when you're having these conversations, girl, I want you to be blessed. This is what Plexus has blessed me with. And I don't say that to go brag to someone, and because there's a fine line there. You don't want to, tell them how much you make, but tell them how you're able to bless your family, because they're going, really? You pay your mortgage with your Plexus check? You're able to pay. Okay, well, how are you doing that? See, that opens up a whole new side. But if you're not telling people that, they're not going to know there's an opportunity. But the more you do these things, rethink your why, have that solidified, reaching out to people every day to keep your consistency going, keep your confidence up, and tell others how you've been blessed. Guys, I feel like this is the key to presenting Plexus with confidence. So that's all I got, girls. But thank you so much.
That is absolutely awesome. I have a whole page of notes. Like you said, like I love learning from no matter what level. And every time we do a Zoom, I learn something new every day. And one of the things that, we talk about our whys all the time. One of the things that really, how you said it, make it where you're so driven that doesn't matter what people think. Because I think that that's a hard thing. Even for me, like sometimes I'm like, I do it. I post all the time, I do it. But you wonder, the devil creeps in and says, oh, what are people thinking about you now? Well, I'm at the point now, I don't care what people are thinking, because we're changing lives around here. And so, but it's true. Your why needs to make you be that driven that you don't care what people think. You don't care if people are like, oh, she's posting on Facebook again, or, oh, she's whatever, wearing another Plexus sweatshirt. She wears one every day, So I love how you said that. But it's an amazing blessing, right? Like the whole thing was just a crazy, unexpected blessing. And for everything.
And I think that God, he would be upset with me if I did not share what he's given it to me. Right. It's not like I'm getting that from someone else. He's opened this door for me to share, and I think it's my responsibility to.
I'm going to read this real fast. And actually, I think you're the one that did. Okay, I'm going to read this today because I underlined it today. I'm going to read this to y'all real fast. It says, every dream from God involves influencing others for him. Our dreams are not just what we want to do, but ultimately what God wants us to do. Go influence people, even if it seems impossible. Dream big. And that totally made me think of this, because he has given us this. Each one of us, no matter what rank you are, it's changed your life in some form or fashion. Maybe it changed your health already. Maybe you're brand new and it's changed your health. Maybe you're way far in and it's changed your friends and family's lives. Maybe it's changed your finances. Like for us, we're now able to stay at home with our babies and do that. But it's changed us all in some way, and he's given us. So dream big and use those dreams in a way that you do glorify him and that you do share him and influence him, but dream big. So anyways, I read that this morning. I was like, how am I going to share that? I've got to share that somewhere. And I was just trying to think in my mind, like, where's that going to go? Right there. That's funny. Cool. You did recommend this book to me. So
yeah. Love that book.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. It's great. I read it every morning. So anyways, okay. Does anybody have, I know Ellen has to run to another training, but if anybody has a couple questions, you can post that real quick below and we can answer just a couple. Yes, Cindy, I will post that with the recording it may be later today. I'm running out as soon as we're done, but I will post it for sure. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? Anybody? Nope. Okay. Well, Ellen, thank you so very much. It was awesome. Like I said, I have a page of notes. Just, sometimes the same, it's just, you can hear the exact same thing, but somebody can say it in words that are just a little bit different, and it can impact your life. And so it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody else, next week we will not be having a Zoom because Ariele and I will both be on spring break vacation, so we won't be here to do that. But we will, the next week we will be back in full schedule. So anyways, y'all have a great week, a great spring break. If you're doing Silver and Seven, y'all are rocking it. Yesterday rocked. So anyways, we will talk to you later. Thanks again, Ellen.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Ellen.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.